friend last week reach out to me and ask if he can get a stone for me. And you know, from my previous episode, I'm like, okay, the stone is just for women, like the light goddesses. There's a reason why I got the message to name my business the Light Goddesses and just work with women and these crystals. However, there's quite a few of guys coming and asking me for, these stones. And I know there's like sacred feminine, like guys have the feminine and masculine energy. However, the downloads I've been getting is, these stones have to do something with the moon cycle, the period cycle, right, of a woman, like actual sacred feminine energy. And so that was my reason for just like, okay, these stones are just for women. But lately, the downloads I've been getting is like, okay, for the men who do have my stones, understand that they are meant for sacred feminine energy. So when you do have it on you, it's going to lead you to a goddess in your life. And when you do meet her, both of you are going to know like the stone is meant for her. So I may or may not have access to her watching my videos about my journey, but the stones will help lead you to her. He agreed. It's like, okay, when he finds her, he's going to hand it over to her. And when he got the package, the very next day, he messaged me. He's like, hey, am I supposed to share with you like crazy things that are happening, or do I share with other people? Like, sure, what's going on? Whew, you'll never guess what happened. And so today's episode, I'm going to share with you all the signs, all the synchronicity that's going to happen when you start working with Moldavite. So let's cut to the chase. Temido, hold on. I know you're probably getting tired of my 30-second intro, but there's a reason to it. I actually want you to have that message ingrained within you. Are you ready to accept the call? Because the stone is what it's all about. When you choose to get a Moldavite, just be aware that your life is about to change. If you're not in alignment with what you're doing, it's going to force you out. I don't have any other ways to explain it. It doesn't make sense, but circumstances out of your control will force you out in what you're not in alignment with. So just keep that in mind. Let's get started. Timmy Do, let's go.
Audio Jungle. Audio Jungle.
So it's really funny because my friend asked me, he's like, okay, I can give you, I can make you a pendant, but just know that it's for sacred feminine energy. And when you do find her, right, because what the stone's going to do, it's going to open you up. You have to do the inner work. You're going to get emotional. You got to release all the trapped energies. And when you get all that gunk, all that garbage out of your system, you're going to be starting being aligned with your path, your purpose. And so it's going to guide you to your soul family, your soul mate, your twin flame. However, it's only going to lead you to them if the other person is willing to do the work. You can be meeting your soulmate right now and not be you would know, but they might not know because they haven't done the inner work. They don't know, right? They don't know what's going on. They don't tune into their body. Because I'll tell you, when I start clearing out, doing this deep spiritual work, meditation, lineage release, energy release, it's leading me down, meeting the people that it kind of feels like I know my whole life. And it's just a resonance. It's going to lead you down to who you're supposed to meet. And insane synchronicities will start to unfold. And so I shared with them, okay, it's going to lead you to that goddess in your life. And when you find her, give the stone to her. And when he received it, the very next day he messaged me. And I'm going to show you this message right here. Right? I feel like once you start working this Moldavite, there's going to be animal totems, animals coming to you, especially the deer. For me, personally, when I hit that deer in the accident, I was in a stage in my life where, okay, I'm kind of halfway out of my career, right? Maybe I'm going to just buy this whole inventory of Moldavite. I'll have my career as a financial advisor as backup. And then, boom, totaled my car on the way back from Arizona, getting my inventory of Moldavites. And I did like, during my entire 7 months in Vietnam, the deer keep showing up every time I ask for guidance, and like the very next day, or when I book an Airbnb, I will see deer portraits in the Airbnb, right? It doesn't, like, things does not make sense. So if you are stuck on science backing up everything, like, the stone is gonna blow you out of the water. So like, none of it will make sense. And you just gotta trust in the universe and the process, and you're on an awakening path. Not just him, but I've got like at least a ton of other people reaching out to me and say, hey, like, a deer keeps showing up, kind of like stalking them in a way. So for me, how I feel is the deer is like a messenger. And when you see a deer in your surrounding, it may be that you're being called to fulfill your purpose. And I really feel like that's what happened to me, right? I had to hit the deer, have to go to that traumatic accident, lead me to Vietnam, and just like go on full out on this sabbatical to find myself. And so when you start seeing the deer in your life keep showing up, it's not just those people sharing that they see a deer. It's actually people that are sharing that they started working with Moldavite and then they start seeing a deer. So I know if you read back the history of it, the deer, it's said that the Buddha reincarnated as a deer to come as a messenger. And then in Japan, there's actually like a Nara park, which is like a park full of deers. And these deers are known as the messenger of the gods. So just keep that in mind. If you see a deer and you start working with Moldavite, it's maybe time for you to answer your call. That means you got it. I don't know what's gonna unfold in your life, but what I do know is that Moldavite is going to blast it all open. And you're gonna start being very emotional. All the trauma, trapped energies are starting to surface. And you gotta learn how to work them, release them. Release them so that you can be coming into your light body. That's what it is. And when you are in tune with your body, it's gonna lead you to your soulmate, your twin flame. So just a note, deer may be a messenger from the gods. Moldavite, if you're a guy and you would like to get a pendant, just know that it's gonna be for a goddess in your life. Whole other episode on how it aligns with like the moon cycle, the women's period cycle. I do notice that whenever like I'm on my cycle, it's like, what is going on? Like insane synchronicities. So I think there's a foundation there to that. I'll go over it in another episode. But the stone is reserved for sacred feminine energy. So guys, you can get it. Just know it's gonna lead you to that goddess. And when you do get it, you're gonna have to give it to her, right? I invite you to give it to her because it's gonna gravitate you towards her. So, brief episode on this. I just wanna share that incident. My friend just messaged me the other day, so I thought that was very interesting. And also, I wanna share that I created 7 new pendants. I got a lot of great feedbacks on the pendant I started sharing on the last episode. Like, I always remember when I go into a crystal shop, I would just stand there and just be mesmerized over these Moldavites. Later, I would stand there for like an hour looking at these Moldavites and seeing which one called to me. And I know just posting my photos online is not going to be enough. And so I want you to actually feel it through the screen, because the energy will go through the screen. You'll resonate with the stone that is calling for you. And so I made 7 more pendants. My supplier actually restocked yesterday, so I spent like the whole night releasing 7 pendants. I think that's what I'm gonna do, release 7 pendants at a time. But I got 7 ones up on my website right now, so I'm gonna go over the 7. If you see one that resonates with you, get it. It's gonna lead you to your path, your alignment. And if you're a guy, it's gonna lead you to the goddess in your life that the pendant is meant for. So let's see what the 7 pendants are. First one. This one. Right, it's kind of like high tech. So here's the first one. Here's the second one. This is a thick one. Here's the third one. Fourth one. Fifth one. Sixth one. Seventh one. So if you actually check out my website, I actually did a photo shoot for each of the stones. And once you start working Moldavite, supernatural stuff will start to like unfold. And so the reason why I make it to pendant, like I encourage anybody who gets a Moldavite, wear it as a pendant. The 14 karat gold wires actually help hold the energy within the pendant rather than like having it dispersed everywhere. That's the downloads I've been getting. But when you're wearing it as a necklace, it's gonna be by your heart chakra. So it's constantly gonna open your heart chakra and keeping it activated at all times. So your heart will be open. Just follow the guidance. It's gonna lead you to where you need to go, right? Follow your heart. That's basically what it is. Because a lot of our chakras are like opening and closing. And if we have so much trauma and junk within our body, it's blocking up the chakras, it's gonna be circulating pretty low. It's gonna be the ultimate stone for the heart chakra. And when you wear it as a pendant around your heart chakra, it's gonna stay open and activated, and the gold wires keeps it contained, the energy contained. Hope that makes sense. That's just the downloads I have been getting. I have nothing to back it up. Feel it within yourself to see if it resonates, right? Like if you're skeptical, that's okay too. Last year for me, coming from like a financial world, helping people plan with their money, from that to coming to like trust your intuition. You can't really plan for what's way far ahead, but just follow your intuition, right? That's like total 360 transformation, right? My entire ego of being a planner to now just like follow your intuition, that doesn't even make sense to any reasonable, logical person. But here I am today. And what doesn't make sense to me, I don't have to know everything. All I have to say is trust in yourself, trust in your intuition, learn how to tune in with it. Everyone is on an awakening path, right? We're all on this journey. What Moldavite is going to do is to accelerate it. Things will happen so fast within 1 year that you don't even know what hit you. And so when your body gets attuned to the energy of one stone, it's going to lead you to a lesson you need to learn, what you need to accomplish, and lead you where you need to go. And when it's done doing its job, you're either going to find it dormant, missing, or you just know within you that it's time to get a bigger stone so that your energy can adapt to a higher energy. And that, my friend, is what you call an ascension. And so I hope you guys enjoyed my video. 7 new Moldavite pendants are up on my website. I'm gonna try to make the rest into pendants, 7 at a time. But that is all I have for you guys today. Tammy Doe. Oh, don't forget to subscribe. Tammy Doe, signing off.
Audio Jungle.